Welcome class 12th. Today we will start new topic alternating current. So far we have considered the electrical source, that is battery or cell. We have used cells in various numerical problems, in experimental work also. EMF of two cells, primary cells, Daniell cell and Leclanché cell, you must have compared in the potentiometer. Similarly, in other Ohm's law experiments using battery or cells, you must have got the readings for obtaining the resistance of a conductor. This cell provides us DC, which is obtained by using chemicals. The cost of production of DC is very high. What is DC? A unidirectional flow of current. Don't consider that if the current is given, this is plus minus, if the current is given like this, can you tell is it DC or not? Which type of current is this? This is also DC. Its magnitude is changing, variable DC. It is not changing its direction. So what is DC? DC is the unidirectional flow of charge which never changes its direction. DC can flow through vacuum also. It can flow through conductor, semiconductor. In vacuum, you have read cathode rays in the form of electrons and ions. Their beam flow in the vacuum, so DC can flow. Then why should we learn AC? There are certain reasons that we learn this alternating current, why this alternating current has been introduced. First reason is that electrical energy sold by most of the power companies is transmitted and distributed as AC. AC means alternating current. And the main reason of preferring AC over DC is that AC can be easily and efficiently converted from one voltage to the other by means of transformers. We will see later on. Next reason, that electrical energy also can be transmitted over long distances economically as compared to DC. If you transfer DC up to the long distance, then the power dissipation will be very large. Finally, we can also say that AC circuits exhibit some characteristics which are exploited in daily life. For example, we tune radio. So in the AC, we will see that allotment of frequencies, we change the channel in the TV, then each channel, its program is broadcasted at certain allotment of frequency. We will see all these things in this topic. So what is AC, how it is different from DC, we have seen. That's why alternating current and its production, we have read in previous video. It is produced, this alternating current is produced by AC generator. What is AC? Actually, AC means an electrical quantity displaying simple harmonic time dependence. We normally say AC voltage or AC current. We use these phrases because they are universally accepted. Otherwise, alternating current voltage, alternating current, literally they mean so. But what is AC? What I told, that the electrical quantity displaying the simple harmonic time dependence. And we use AC of this type normally, which is very sinusoidally like this. How it is varying? For the half cycle it is positive, other half cycle it is negative. So in this way we find what is AC? That current which may or may not change its magnitude, but it changes its direction periodically. Most of the used alternating current is here, that the magnitude is increasing, become maximum, then 0, then increasing in the other direction, become maximum, and finally 0. From this point to this point, one cycle is complete, and similarly from here to here, other cycle is complete. The alternating current of such type is obtained using a source called AC source, providing alternating EMF or alternating voltage. Again, voltage means the potential difference between 2 points. So, if you write about AC voltage, then V equal to V naught sin omega t, it is written as AC voltage or AC EMF, and current I equal to, then we write I equal to I naught sin omega t. What are these values V naught, I naught? These are the maximum value in any direction, and this is called amplitude. You know, in this cycle, this is simple harmonic cycle of varying sinusoidal variation, sine curve. So, V is the function of time and I is the function of time. So, either V or I, you can see here, if this is graph for V, then same will be the nature of the graph for other quantity. You may call it for I, or if this is I, so this you can write here, this will be I naught. Naught means maximum. In some books it is written IM or VM, then it will be, suppose this one, for this is VM, and here this is the time t. So, what is AC or its use we have seen here. How it is different for DC, let us consider again that DC is this pulsating voltage or variable voltage, it is not changing its time. DC is also like this in the negative direction, so it will remain in negative direction. DC source is represented by this, we have seen the positive terminal and negative terminal of the battery. So, in this way the direction of current is shown. What about AC? Its symbol is, we make the sine curve like this, and this is the symbol of AC source. Most of the electrical appliances run with the AC. In electrical means in homes and offices, this AC runs because of the reasons we have discussed earlier. Now, what is amplitude of this current? The maximum value in either direction. What is time period? Time taken to complete one cycle. You know, how will you define time period? Time period is the total angular distance covered in one complete cycle. So, it is, you must have read in SHM, this is 2 pi upon angular velocity is omega. We have seen what is omega. You know, angular displacement, its rate of change of angular displacement or average angular velocity is angular displacement upon time. The total time in one cycle is t and total displacement is 2 pi. So, you can write also that omega for one complete cycle can be written as 2 pi upon t. What about frequency? We know frequency is 1 upon time period. So, we can write here this as omega upon 2 pi. So, we have seen about time period and frequency of AC. Time period is 2 pi upon omega. So, if in this equation of AC voltage and AC current, if you write it as V naught sin omega this t plus t, then we will get the same value of V, because after t is the time taken to complete one cycle. So, one cycle is completed from 0 to t like here, then again the value of voltage or AC EMF will become same. So, after every period the cycle repeats. So, this is the meaning, this is will be 2t and so on. What about frequency? In our homes and offices we get AC of frequency 50 Hertz. What does it mean? 50 cycles in 1 second. We have seen this is the one cycle. Then what we observe that 50 cycles in 1 second means, suppose in a bulb the current flows 50 times in positive direction and 50 times in negative direction. What I mean to say that in one complete cycle the value of AC becomes 0 twice. It means the bulb lights off 100 times and it is off 100 times, but due to persistence of vision we are able to see continuously glowing. What about AC and DC? Common thing, You know, Ohm's law is applicable for resistors. Then we see that Ohm's law, which is for resistor, equally well for AC and DC. And we can say that we have seen both AC and DC volt currents varying sinusoidally like this, as we have shown here, sinusoidal variation. Then the positive half and negative half of equal magnitude and of similar type, then what will be the total value of AC current or voltage in one complete cycle? Quite obvious, 0. For half cycle it will have some value. So what about AC is important, that the sum of positive half and negative half values of alternating current, suppose it is 0, it doesn't mean that the power or heat produced by resistor, is it 0? As Joule's law says that AC or DC, if it is flowing through a resistance, it is the resistance. If AC or DC, any of the source is connected with it, I have connected AC source, then heat will be produced. What is that electrical power is given by this I square R. Since I square is there, that means the heat will be produced whether it is flowing AC, because we can see for positive half cycle AC value is this one and same value is equal, but it is at the negative cycle. So for one complete cycle the I average or average value of alternating current is 0, but not the heat. Heat depends on I square R. Let us see what happens if we consider the another examples regarding alternating currents. Look, if someone asks you that is it the AC, this is plus, this is minus current. So if I write like this, draw the curve like this, after fixed time interval we get the magnitude like this. Is it AC? Yes, because again I am telling that AC is that current. Alternating current means the change of direction periodically. Magnitude, here I have taken, suppose its value, I can write 2 ampere. Then plus 2 and minus 2, they are changing after the same interval of time. This is also AC. For one complete cycle its value is 0. For half cycle its value is 2. We can write. So any of the current which is varying as per time is called alternating current. How you will find the average value? Let us take the example. Suppose I have given the example of that I is given like this is 3t square, or you can say any of the 4t square. Find the I average. How will you find? The current is instantaneous value is dq by dt. You know dq is a small amount of charge flowing through in the circuit for small interval of time dt. What is the total average current? The total charge upon total time. How will you get total charge? You can write here that total charge is obtained, this q can be written as summation of dq. And how can you write summation of dq? If you put here in the integration form, that is this is di is the variation of current in for the charge dq. Then what will you write? dq, integration of dq will be the total charge, then dq will be I dt. Then how can you write average current? This I dt upon the total time. This is the formula to find the average of any quantity which is time dependent. So in this way, how can you apply here? Look, I is given 4t square. How will you write here in this context? That this will be 4t square dt upon dt. Suppose it is asked in 2 seconds, find I average for t equal to 2 seconds. Then how will you find here? This 4 is constant, t square dt, its integration will be t cube upon 3, and this will be dt as t. So what will you get here? This 4 upon 3 t square. Put the value of here, this for t equal to 2 second. If the current flow, this I equal to 4t square, put the t equal to 2 second and you get the value. Similarly, whatever the current we get here, that is sinusoidal variation as it is shown here, and the current obtained from the source is AC EMF or alternating current voltage. So we have seen that if the AC flow through a resistor, then for one complete cycle its average value is 0. However, it doesn't mean that power consumed is also 0. That is, there is dissipation of power. For average value of AC for one complete cycle, how will you show? It is clear from this graph, one complete cycle the value of AC is 0. How will you prove it? Proof. Look what I told, that I average can be obtained by having this I dt upon dt. What is I represented here? I equal to I naught sine omega t. Put the value here and you will apply for one complete cycle the time limits 0 to t. 0 to t is the one cycle complete. Then how will you get here? This will be I naught sine omega t dt. Put the value of I here, and this is 0 to t upon what is this? T. You will get the integration of sine omega t as minus cos omega t upon omega. So you will get I naught upon t with minus sign and within bracket cos omega t upon omega. Apply the limits 0 to t. What will you get here? This minus I naught upon t within bracket omega and within bracket cos omega. In place of t you will write t minus cos omega into 0 will make it 0. You know what is t? T is given by 2 pi upon omega. Then omega into t will be 2 pi. You can write here, this is minus I naught upon 2 pi. Within bracket, what is this omega into t? 2 pi. This will be cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Learn the trigonometrical value. This cos 2 pi will be 1, cos 0 will be 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 0. Therefore, the minus I naught upon 2 pi, this 1 minus 1 will make 0. So whatever you have seen graphically, if someone says that prove it for one complete cycle, this value will be 0. It is clear here. What will be the current for half cycle? Look, we have seen that this is the relation for complete cycle. For half cycle of AC, how will you find I for half cycle? Look here, the limits you will apply here in the same expression. What will be that? 0 to t by 2, 0 to t by 2. Then what will you write here? This is 0 to t by 2 and this time will be t by 2. So you will write everywhere this time t by 2, 0 to t by 2. What will you get here? This t by 2. If you write here t by 2, then t by 2 omega, then what will be here? You can replace t by 2 omega with pi. What will be here? Look here, omega into t by 2. What will be this here? This will be pi. Clear? Then what is cos pi? Minus 1. And what is, this was earlier, it was cos 0, 1, that is why 1 minus 1 was 0. Now here this cos pi will be minus 1. Then minus 1 will become 0. Earlier, what was earlier? This was 2 pi, then 1 cos 2 pi and cos 0 both were 1. So 1 minus 1 was 0. At this time, cos pi is minus 1 and this is minus 1. So what will it become? This minus 2 minus minus will become plus 2, that is 2i naught upon, this will become here, this is pi, this is pi. So in the sinusoidal variation of AC which we study, the average value of alternating current for its half cycle is this, and this value, you put the value of 2 and pi here and calculate, you will find that I average for half cycle is equal to, this value is 0.637 I naught. Sometimes it is said that define this value. It is the 63.7% of the maximum value. I average for half cycle, you know, this is the maximum value. So it's 63.7% is the value of average current for the half cycle. Now I hope this is clear. Now we will consider how we read the AC. In a numerical, it is written that the AC voltage in the connected in a circuit is of this volt. The AC current flowing through a circuit is of this ampere. What are those values? How to read AC? Any AC measuring devices, current and voltage measuring devices, they give which value? That is root mean square values. We have seen that for one complete cycle, the average value of AC is 0, but power consumption is not 0 and power depends on I square. So if through a resistance the alternating current is flowing like this, we have seen here, then what will be the power consumed? We will find using Joule's law of heating. If the resistance is R and the AC source is connected to it, then power consumed is given by I square R as per the Joule's law of heating. Since I, this current flowing by this source in the circuit, in this resistance is variable, then power consumed is also variable. To measure the average power consumed, what we have to find? This average power consumed by I square average. This is called, learn to read, mean square current. And if we consider mean square current, then mean square current into resistance will give the power consumption in the circuit. We have to calculate, suppose that. How will you find that power consumption? We have to find this value. This is mean. We can represent mean by writing in this bracket like this. This is also the mean. How will you find? I told you that I average is given by I dt upon dt previously. Then how we have to find the I square mean? Then I square average, average or mean, we can write here this is mean. Then how will you find? This you will find I square mean, this is I square dt, its average upon dt. I square mean will be I square dt upon dt. Will it be or not? So how will you find? Look here, this will be for the limits 0 to t. We have seen. How will you write here? You know I equal to, previously we have seen the sinusoidal variation of AC. You put the value here, put the square, then I naught square sine square omega t dt upon this total time will be t, and this will be the integration limit 0 to t. Clear? You know this sin square omega t, you should learn some values relations in trigonometry. You know this 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2 is the value of sin square omega t. So, in place of sin square omega t, those who have opted maths, they can easily put and calculate. But for the bio students, it becomes difficult, although they should know. Learn that this sin square omega t dt value, its average value is half. That's why it is given, especially in the NCERT, in these brackets, these curly brackets, the value is written, it is half. And in the details, you can go through this. So, you can, I am showing this, you can take I naught square upon t, and what will you get here? 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon this 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon t dt. You can write in this way. What I have written, sin square omega t in place of that total relation, and this is upon 2, 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2, and this t is taken outside, then it is written like this. Now, you can write here t, then what will you get? Limits are again 0 to t, then I naught square upon this 2t. Now, in the limit is 1 dt, what will be? Dt, that will be t minus cos 2 omega t, what will be the limit? What will be the integration value? Cos 2 omega t integration will be sin 2 omega t upon 2 omega. So, if you integrate this 2 taken outside, 1 dt, then it is t. Cos 2 omega t, sin omega 2 omega t upon 2 omega, and again the limits are 0 to t. What will you get here? Look here, this I naught square upon 2t. Now, put the limits, first the upper limit, in place of t you will write this t, minus this will be 2 omega, you will write here this sin 2 omega t upon 2 omega minus 0 minus 0. So, it will be also, this will be plus, but sin 2 omega 0 upon this will be 2 omega, total will be 0. What are you getting here? That this sin 2 omega t upon 2 omega, that is also, how will you get? What will be the value you are getting here? This is, look, sin t 2 omega will be cancelled, and finally you will get, this is I naught square upon 2t, and here it will be left as t, and this total value will become 0. So, you are getting the value I naught square upon 2. So, if you take the square root of this to calculate the mean square value, you got here result. To calculate the root mean square value, this is the root mean square value. This is very important term in case of AC. How it is written? Look how it is marked. Root, you make the sign. Mean, you make the sign. Square, you make the sign square of what? Current. This is called, in short, IRMS. So, its value is called IRMS, and how will you define what is the meaning of this IRMS? What is the significance of this IRMS? This IRMS is the same current which is equivalent to that DC which will flow in the same circuit for the same time, will produce the same amount of heat as it is produced by the flow of this AC current. It is very important to learn how to define RMS value of alternating current. The RMS value of alternating current is equal to that DC current which would produce heat in a given resistor. In the circuit only resistor is connected. So, which would produce the heat in a given resistor at the same rate as the alternating current produces. This IRMS is the value measured by AC measuring device, voltmeter or ammeter, normal galvanometer based ammeter, voltmeter. They measure the direct current in the laboratory you have used. The AC which comes from the mains in your homes and in the offices, that is not measured with the normal galvanometer or the ammeter voltmeters, because in it's a rapid variation. The coil will have to move 50 times in either side and 50 times on other side in 1 second. So, due to inertia it can't move so fast, so it will remain stationary. The hot wire type ammeter and voltmeters are made to measure the alternating current. So, RMS value is also called the virtual value, and in fact in our homes whatever supply we are getting 220 volt, actually it is 220 root 2. What we have proved here, that if we find here square root of this, then what will you get here? A square root of I square will you I naught, and a square root of this, that will be root 2. Then what will be IRMS? IRMS is I naught upon root 2, and it is the, suppose we get the current of 5 ampere, then actual current is, the peak value of current is this 5 root 2. Even a numerical, it is not written RMS or peak value, it is written the current flowing through, AC current flowing through the circuit is 5 ampere. That is RMS value. Learn to and take precaution in what way you have to put the value in the numerical, supposing RMS value or supposing peak value. Learn it is RMS value. So, in the any question, if you are given 220 volt supply in your homes, actually we are getting 220 root 2, that is 311 volts. That is why AC is same voltage AC it is given, then it is RMS value, so it is more than as compared to same voltage DC. 220 volt DC will remain 220 volt DC, but 220 volt AC, its actual peak value will be 311 volts. So, now I hope that what is RMS value of alternating current, and this is also called the virtual value of alternating current. How it is defined, it will be clear to you. I hope you must have enjoyed in this lecture today. I will finish here. In the next lecture, I will tell you AC flowing through various components like the resistor we have seen. We will see how much AC, how can you write the AC in the resistor, current form I equal to I naught sin omega t, voltage V equal to V naught sin omega t. Then what is the value of I naught? We can write here this V equal to V naught sin omega t. Then if the resistance is here R, then how will you find the peak value of I naught in terms of R and V naught? Okay. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Thank you.